What you can't tell is that there's another dog in there somewhere. See if I can do this without like glowing too much. The sun is atrocious right now. Hi guys, it's April and it is day 1 of the fall round of Read-O-Rama, which means starting some of the spooky reads today. I am not 100% sure which of these 3 I'm actually going to start. I'm mostly thinking about doing lore. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. It's all up in the air. I do have to work today, and at some point I need to go through all of the stuff that came into my P.O. box and do some flip throughs and some pictures and all of that kind of stuff. It's been so long since I've gone to my P.O. box. It's really bad. I do know I've got a couple of coloring books in here. I've got at least 1 book and other stuff as well. I should just continue holding this here so that the sun doesn't like blast me out. I'm gonna get started on all of that and then I will check in with you guys as I get stuff read. I haven't decided because since things like lore are short stories, I don't know if I'm gonna check in for each of them because I know some of these stories can be a little shorter, so they get really monotonous. But I might check in when I'm partway through some of these books just to give you periodic updates. But otherwise, I'm gonna condense all 3 days into 1 vlog, so you will be seeing this at the end, so you will know how well I have done these next 3 days or not. So since I'm here and I'm dealing with all of these packages that I got in my P.O. box, I thought I'd just give you a peek at all the stuff that I got. Like I said, a lot of these are from publishers and from artists of the coloring books. So I'm very thankful that they sent them my direction, and I'm looking forward to either coloring in them or reading them. And the one I'm probably most excited about is Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. She is a YouTuber here, and this book just came out this year. I talked about it in my anticipated releases, and when they reached out to me and asked if I wanted a copy so that I could read it and review it, I'm like, yes, please. I'm so excited about this in so many different ways. I really want to start it now, but realistically with everything that I have to read and everything I have to do this month, I'm probably not going to get to it until next month. So I am hoping that I can get to it next month, if not in December, but before the year is out, this is going to be read and this is going to be reviewed, and I am super excited about that. I also got The Night Will Find Us. I honestly couldn't really tell you a lot about what this one is about. This one just seems like it's got the horror vibes that are perfect for this month right now. Plus there's just something about the feel of this cover that is just kind of fun. And then I got this beautiful coloring book by Damika Stopa. I hope I said her name right. I feel really bad if I didn't. This is just, it's got cute pictures with quotes on it, aspirational quotes. I am going to be doing a flip through of this, and you have probably already seen a flip through of this. I just thought the illustration style was just absolutely gorgeous, so I said, go ahead, send it my direction, I'll check it out. So this is me checking it out. And then last but not least, I have the awesome 3D art coloring guide. I am going to be looking at this one closely, checking it out, because there is the possibility of one of you guys possibly winning this book as well. But I want to make sure that the contents are actually worth it before I put out that giveaway. From what I've seen of it so far, it does look like it's got some useful information in it, but I just want to make sure before I just start giving this away that it is something that you guys will actually find use from. So I have plans for each of these, whether it's a picture that goes up on Twitter or on my community tab or a flip through. You'll probably be seeing those coming out. You'll probably see them before this vlog comes out. But those are just a few things that are coming in the future. I'm now going to get to work and start getting things done. I'm so cold. One of the things about working in a basement is you're always freezing, especially with the temperatures right now. I am about 65 of the pages. 65 of the pages. I am 65 pages into lore, monstrous creatures. We've covered vampires, zombies, small beings, elves, and we're starting to get into nature spirits. I really enjoy the way that Mahnke sets these things up, because he starts out with the mythology of these creatures. He points out references like in Greek culture or Viking culture or other ancient cultures and modern cultures of these kind of creatures that he's then going to go and get historical reference of for some of the things that tended to propagate the belief in these creatures and things that actually happened in history and that have been written down and documented. And then he sometimes goes into the science depending on the creatures that are involved, because sometimes there are things that have been studied that talk about this, and sometimes he speculates on why we believe in these kind of creatures and what it could be and what it possibly is and what it's not, which is why I have liked all of this series so far. I know he has a podcast, and I probably should subscribe to it. I'm horrible. I'm not big into podcasts, and maybe I should be. My problem is most of the time, if I have free time to listen to anything, I'm usually either listening to an audiobook or I'm listening to a YouTube video. So I don't know where podcast really fits in my schedule of things. So when they do books like this, I love it. That doesn't mean I won't never listen to podcasts. I don't know. People just talk about podcasts all the time. So maybe at some point I should think about getting into podcasts. Maybe. Just random thought of the day. Quick update before the animals realize what's going on. It's dinner time and they're letting me know. But I am now about 230 pages into this book. There's how many pages? I don't even know. I've just kind of like dived in here. About 300 pages. So I've got about 70 pages left. So I am most likely going to get this finished today, which is good. I've got some things that I kind of want to do this weekend, which is why I chose all of these kind of snippet story style books. But here we've covered like a whole range of different kinds of creatures from lore and mythology and all those different places. We've covered werewolves, we've covered tricksters, we've covered pukas, we've covered flying creatures and creatures that mimic us. And we're now in the middle of the afterlife kind of creatures. So ghost and all of those creepy places that just hold those vibes of maybe there's something more beyond the veil. It covered how spiritualism kind of came into being and when it became so popular in some of the very popular historical stories that came from that time. We're in the middle of ghost ships right now, which I have a strange fascination with ghost ships and things like that. It stems from the movie Ghost Ship and the fact that the Titanic has always fascinated me for the longest time. And I'm sure at some point we're going to get into more of those creepy places, because I believe I saw a Mary reference, which I'm thinking is going to go a little bit towards the Bloody Mary stuff. I don't know. I have 70 pages left, and this thing has just flown by. I love it so much. If you like historical nonfiction that looks into some of the mysteries of the world around us, you should pick up all of this series. I have enjoyed every single one of them so far. But now I'm gonna go and feed the animals. I am going to get away from my desk. I am not gonna hang out down here for very much longer because change of scenery. You will notice that in this vlog I stayed down here a little bit longer than I normally do because I am now fixing to set this area up as a more permanent desk option and kind of get away from working on the couch that just wasn't doing anything good for my back or anything like that. And so far, I think it's worked out pretty well. The dogs have just hung out with me on the bench all day today, underneath the blankets. Not that you could really tell that they exist right now. And so I think it's working out well in the fact that I've got more down here now and it feels like more of a workspace. I don't know why I just explained all of that to you, but I did. Gonna go feed the animals. I'm probably going to finish this book. Tomorrow I am thinking about picking up Girls with Red Dresses, and I'm also going to be launching my membership program for YouTube. So that's kind of nerve-wracking and exciting all at the same time. I want to save Hauntings for when we do the live read-in on YouTube, which is going to be Sunday. I always seem to manage to schedule like 2 live streams on Sunday on myself, and it's a little bit chaotic, but it's okay. I'm gonna stop babbling. I'm going to head upstairs. Everyone is gonna go crazy, and it's gonna be great. I'll see you back soon. Nissa came and joined us. So it is day 2 of Read-O-Rama. I'm sorry I didn't update you last night. Things just kind of got away from me a little bit, but I did finish Lore, Monstrous Creatures, and I really, really like this. Hi, Nissa. Can I help you? The Mary story that I had referenced last time I updated you wasn't the Mary story I thought it was going to be, but I think I liked it just as much. Yeah, you gonna help? Are you gonna be my camera person? You gonna hold the camera for me? Anyways, today the goal is to read Girls with Red Dresses. I think this is a good read for today. I'm a little drained right now, if I'm honest. We just cut the, thank you, cat. We just cut the guinea pig's nails, and my body just does not like them whatsoever. So fighting a little bit of an allergy attack, even though I'm on allergy meds. Kind of just want to like, whew, breathing was hard there for just a little while, and I was only with them for like 20 minutes. But I am going to read this book. That is my main goal for today. I may or may not start putting not Christmas decorations. Where's my brain even at? See, this is what happens to me. I may or may not start putting up Halloween decorations. If I do, I will definitely show you all of that and what I've done, at least the stuff that pertains to the bookcases. I am also going to go and launch my membership program. We'll see how all of that goes. I will definitely check back in with you guys at some point today. I hope. It's just a very weird start to the day, and I just don't know. I just don't know what's gonna happen from here. We have some regular Saturday obligations, but other than that, I'm hoping to just kind of blah. Today is going to be my blah day. So I'll check back in with you shortly. Okay, it's live. I have that little join button now and a announcement video. And now when you click that, you have all of the options and everything that's included in the memberships. So we'll see how it goes. Why am I nervous about this? Who knows? I'm about 20 pages into Girls with Red Dresses. And holy cow, is this a whole lot darker and a whole lot cruder than I was expecting it to be. There's a lot of hinting and suggesting and just overall uncomfortableness going on in this. It touched on Rapunzel. We had a little bit of Cinderella in there. Just got done with the little match girl. I sometimes like things that go towards the harder side of fairy tales. That's just not quite what I expected out of this. Like I said, it's a lot more cruder than I ever really expected it to be. And parts of it make me feel really uncomfortable, which I think is what the author was trying to do. I do love the illustrations in here though, because they're kind of amazing. I'll continue on and let you know how I feel as I do, but I just thought I'd let you know that. So much hair in my face. This is what happens when I just let it do its own thing. First off, the day got away from me. I did not even touch the Halloween decorations, as you can tell. I'm hoping maybe, possibly, being able to do at least a chunk of it tomorrow, because I'm really excited about getting that up. It just, wasn't feeling the greatest today and stuff we needed, and yeah, it's fine. But I did finish this book right here. It didn't really take me very long once I sat down, kind of knew what I was getting into and accepted it for what it was. I started to enjoy some of the sarcasm and some of the wit and just what they were trying to say in some of these. My favorite would probably have to be East of the Sun, West of the Moon. I'm a little biased towards that, but it was the first line in that section that just kind of, I lost it a little bit. I'm just gonna read it to you because I need to share this with the world. In the daytime, I was a big white bear, but at night, I was a prince. Does that make me a bipolar bear? So I did like this read for that. Like I said, though, there were some cruder aspects of the story that I hadn't been expecting when I started. So it came a little bit as a shock. But once I realized that this author is okay playing with that and subtly putting in some of the harder aspects of life into these short little snippets that look at fairy tales maybe from a different aspect, sometimes at the afterwards, sometimes from a different character, sometimes adding a slightly modern twist to all of it, I started to really enjoy it. So I didn't hate it like I thought I was going to from the beginning. There are stories in here that I really liked. However, there are other stories in here that I'm like, did I just pollute my brain with that? But that means I am now 2 books down. I've only got Haunting for tomorrow. I'm not going to start it today. I'm going to save that all for tomorrow and kind of kick that out then, because I have the read-in live stream. I also have my coloring live stream that I'm going to do as well. And I think in between that, I can do a little bit of reading. I can put Halloween decorations up. So that is going to be my tomorrow. Live streams, Halloween decorations, and reading. And that just sounds amazing to me. So I am going to end today here. You will see me fresh-faced tomorrow morning right before my coloring live stream, and you will get to see what I'm going to be coloring. But for tonight, I am going to go. I'm going to sit and relax, try to recover from my allergy attack just a little bit more, and just call it a night. So I'll see you on the other side. It is the next day, and I have just come down here to start setting up for my first live stream. I haven't streamed down here this time of year, and I'm starting to realize that I might have to rethink some things because of how the sun is coming in. But I think for today, I can make this work. I am part of the way through this. I've only read 2 chapters, and most of it was just explaining what ghosts could possibly be and other explanatory things. It's a lot drier in those sections, especially since I've watched years and years and years and years of ghost hunters and all of those Halloween haunting specials. So it's all facts that have been thrown at me before, or thoughts that have been thrown at me before. I'm hoping that soon it starts getting into those interesting stories about places and people and that kind of stuff. But like I said, I'm not very far through that right now. I am going to be coloring in this beauty today, probably for about an hour and a half or something like that. I don't want to go too extremely long, but because I can't stream next weekend, I don't want to necessarily cut it short. But then, of course, at some point between streams, I would like to start decorating back there and the rest of the house, because it's October. It needs to feel like October in here, even though it kind of does because I'm kind of cold. But I need to finish setting up the technology part of the live stream and figuring out what colors I'm going to use on the picture in here. So I am going to say goodbye to you for now, and I will see you after the stream. I wanted all of the single-sided ones because I love using markers. Markers is always my first love and the first thing I go to. So like all of these pop manga coloring books that are amazing to look at, they terrified me because I couldn't use markers in them. And markers are still probably always going to be what I go to first. I'm slowly becoming more comfortable with colored pencils. Okay, here's where we ended up at the end of the live stream. I think it is turning out really, really fun. I like how that jack-o'-lantern's looking and the shading on that kitten. So cute. Unfortunately, I won't get to touch this again for probably about 2 weeks, but I love it. Now I'm just gonna go and I'm going to go eat lunch, start pulling out Halloween decorations, maybe doing a little bit of reading. I will see you guys back when I have an update or right before I start setting up for the read-in live stream. I hope I will see a lot of you guys there. But otherwise, I will be back. I don't think I have enough skeletons. What do you think? Yeah. I guess I get to carry all of these downstairs somehow. Probably in the tub. So here's the first attempt at a setup. It might change depending on how I decide to do filming and what ends up actually being in frame. But that's that. I also have this little guy set up for when I'm reading. But other than that, here's that. This ladder is gonna be like right about there. So I might have to change things a little bit. But like I said, I don't want to set up my camera and everything right now. But here's a start. I'm just setting up now for the next live stream. I'm gonna send out the link to the girls soon. I haven't done any more reading. I've mostly been figuring out Halloween decorations, as you can see some of them peeking out behind me. I did decorate upstairs as well, but that isn't necessarily my bookcases, so I'm not gonna show that here. Maybe I'll do it as a special feature for behind the scenes, I don't know. But I am, of course, going to be reading Haunting. I'm really hoping that this isn't as dry as I'm expecting it to be, just given the first couple of chapters. But I mean, it does have some really eerie, creepy pictures of it, or in here, of things. I don't know. I think I love hearing the history of places and all that kind of stuff, but I also like hearing firsthand accounts of things that happen, and I like when they're like interwoven together, which is why I think I like R.A.M.A so much and the way he sets all of his books up. I shouldn't really judge this by that, but it's kind of hard not to do. Yeah, I am just gonna finish setting up and I will see some of you guys very, very soon in the live stream. But otherwise, after the live stream is over, I'll let you know how much I actually got read in here, if I actually was able to concentrate enough, or if it was just too dry and all of that. So yeah, I'll be back with you shortly. So the read-in live stream is done. I always feel so awkward when I do those things, but it's out there. I did get a little further in this. I'm probably almost halfway at this point. This thing is drier than sandpaper. There are some familiar stories in it, and yes, I am holding it upside down. It's just kind of how I feel right now. And I do enjoy the eyewitness accounts more than I enjoy the other parts of this book. It's just, there's a lot of like little snippets, and there's not enough to truly like start engaging in those pieces, and it just kind of like flows in one ear and out the other. So I think I like the meatier Hauntings kind of dig into history kind of things than I do these mass compilations of things. Though I do really like the fact that, you know, it's littered with illustrations and things like that. This is more of a coffee table book than anything else that you're supposed to pick up and just, you know, browse through. I think this would be good to have on hand as reference if you're like visiting someplace and you want to check out some of the haunted lore and that kind of stuff. Then you could go to those specific sections in here, and that probably makes more sense than me trying to sit here and read through all of it, but that's okay. I am so glad that Kathleen and Chloe decided to hang out with me as I attempted to do the read-in. I'm turtling right now. I'm just, like I said, I always feel so awkward. I am going to shift positions. I'm gonna go upstairs, maybe do a little bit more reading, get some food in my belly at some point, and then just kind of relax through the rest of this readathon weekend. And of course, you guys will see this vlog at the end on Monday, hopefully at some point. Not sure when on Monday I'll get it edited and uploaded, but I'll get it out to you guys. And I hope you guys are all doing really well on this readathon, and you can ignore all of my awkwardness. Today is just a day. I'm gonna stop talking now. I will see you soon. Guess what? I'm done. There were a few stories in there that I really quite enjoyed, but I had to drudge through a lot of dryness and other stories that this book is set up with snippets of history, snippets of interviews, snippets of eyewitness accounts from other sources, and it does have some pictures that pertain to the stories that they're a part of, but it also has unnecessary photos where it's attempting to be creepy, but it just comes off as kind of silly to me. And I wish some of those pictures weren't in there because, I mean, I feel like it pulls away from the source material. I do like when it's got historical photographs in it, when it's talking about a certain time period and a certain people, if there's pictures of those people in here, I like it. But I don't like the pictures where it's just attempting to be artsy or whatever. I don't appreciate that in these kind of things. I feel like they're just playing too much the audience that they lose credit with me when they do things like that. But with that, I am officially done with this round of Read-O-Rama. I didn't think I was going to make it all the way through this book because it was just so much to get through, but I kind of just like forced myself through. I specifically didn't give myself a huge reading list just because I knew this weekend was just going to be a little bit crazy and all over the place, but I did officially get, you can kind of see some of the Halloween decorations up and all that, and I'm going to slowly be getting the stuff out in front of the house, but that can wait for a little later date and slowly happen over time. Just so excited about Halloween. Anyways, I am going to end this vlog here, and I hope you guys all had a lot of fun doing this round of Read-O-Rama. And with that, I am going to say goodbye, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.